What's up? How you doing? Greetings and salutations. Mr. Stabby here, and today we're going to be talking about beast training speeds and beast training cap.
BeastLord style.
Okie dokie artichoke, welcome back everyone. Hope everyone is having a stabtastic day. Let's go ahead and get rid of these notifications real quick. This video is going to cover how getting more beasts to train faster will help us grow our hills even more. With lots of beasts, rewards, diamonds, beast fangs, speed cards, you name it. This is one of those videos that's going to be fun to make. This is also one of those things that helps everything associated with it. With that said, let's just stab right into it, shall we? So what is beast training and training cap, right? So the carnivore, omnivore, and herbivore layers is where we train our beasts. Beast training is just that, the mechanics of training beasts that we use to fight with. And the training cap is the limit of beasts we can train at one time, or in one batch. You'll hear me say batch a few times. This is what that means. So there are many things that both increase our beast training times and training cap. Why is this important? Well, the faster your batches can be trained, the more batches you can run within the same time period, right? For example, if it takes you 10 hours to train a batch of 100 beasts. Now this is purely example, right? Just to make the numbers easier. So if it takes you 10 hours to train a batch of 100, then a train reducer of 50% would mean half the time. So in that same 10 hours with the reducer, we can train twice the amount of batches, which means more beasts for less time. Now it is important to note before I get into this and all the percentages and everything, when it comes to the multipliers, everything is multiplied off of the base stat. This is also super important with the beast colony actions. Once you get your cap increased, one batch of T9s is usually an instant 2-shell CA. Another reason we need our training speed times reduced is it reduces the amount of speed up cards that we need. Taking the example before, when we speed the batch up, which is now only 5 hours after the reducer, means we use less speed cards and only 5 hours worth instead of 10. Also, this helps with Warzone points. Now, there are a few ways to get our training speeds down and our cap limit up. The first way, also the first way introduced to us, is our beast ends. Of course, any of the buildings and evolutions and everything is entirely dependent on the level and amount that you have, in this case the beast ends. So clicking on the beast end and clicking on details shows you what it gives. This beast end gives a training speed of 13% and a training cap of 220. Of course, because it's entirely level dependent, if you click on more info and you scroll around, you can see what level yours is at and how much of the attributes it gives. So you might be asking yourself, well, 13% training speed and 220 cap isn't that much. Well, you're right, not individually. However, we have 9 dens. So multiply that by 9, we have 117% and a training cap of 1,980. That's not too shabby, right? Another way to bring the reducers and the caps is your evolutions, your Evo tree. First, let's take care of the beast training Evo tree. This Evo tree is entirely composed of, beast training, basically. You got the other stuff, increases the health and increase, the proportions of the dead soldiers and extra beast in or whatever. But ultimately, this first row gives 15% to carnivore training speed. And of course, each one of the ones, omnivores and herbivores, they do the same thing. The second tier gives 35%, and the third tier increases the cap by 2,000. So that's not too shabby, right? Another evolution that does it is in your Warzone development. So if you click on Warzone development and you scroll down a little bit to quick training, you see it increases the beast training speed during the strongest Warzone event by 50%. Now, since every day is a Warzone event, you know what I'm saying? The other one above or under it, excuse me, is called mass training. Increases the beast training cap to 1500, right? Also, another, another one is your T10 tree. Now, if you haven't gotten to the T10 tree, don't worry about it. I mean, the Evo that I'm about to show you, I'm so far away from. But if you scroll down a little bit in all of them, you have the mass training. It increases the training capacity, right? So if you click on the little eye to tell you what it does, the attribute is of course. So it increases the carnivore training capacity by 1500 in the T10. Another way of increasing these attributes in our hill are the beast layers themselves. You know, again, level dependent. If you click on the details button, the little eye, it tells you the training cap is 850. If you want to see what your level does, if your level isn't at 25, just click the, the more info button, just like everything else, and it tells you the level and the training cap that it adds. Of course, all these are the same, you know, throughout the way. So at level 25, it gives us 850. Now, with that said, the other way of doing it is military alphas. Excuse me. Military alphas give us a huge increase to both training speeds, caps, and even cost reduction. But for the purposes of this video, we're not going to go into the resource reduction part. Both alphas, the orange and the blue, helps us out. Has individual bonuses and reducers. However, as we all know, the orange ones are going to be better. In the very beginning of the game, like welcome to BeastLord, you're a noob, it gives us an event called natural selection. In that natural selection is where we come across the blue military alphas. In fact, we come across all of the blue stationary alphas, which is pretty cool, and those should have already been leveled up by now, right? But let's go to the orange one real quick, the anteater. So the skills that help our cause, the beast training reducer and the beast cap, will be skills 2, skills 4, and skill 6, right? Skill 2 increases the training speed by 25%. Skill 4 increases the training cap by 1500. And skill 6 increases the training cap by 60%, right? The blue alphas, same as above, with the beast type, gives us training speed increase of 15%. And it increases our cap by 500. Now the blue ones also have another fantastic little special skill ability. Every day, once a day, the cooldown on it is 24 hours. You can use this skill and instantly gain 500 of your current highest tier beasts up until T9. Like, it won't do it with T10s. But if you're rocking T7s, T5s, T1s, T9s, T8s, whatever you're rocking, as long as this skill is maxed out, you get 500 free ones a day. That's not too bad. So the max total of everything that I've talked about so far is around 332 training speed with an increase training cap of 8,330. Now there's other like attributes that do go into it, but these are kind of like how we can do it. If you click on your hill up here and you go down to territory, you click that little eye, this is the attributes for your territory. This is where you can physically see all of the additional multipliers and damagers and such. Clicking on troop support will show you, and you can just scroll down a little bit. Let's see, omnivore training cap. I can currently train 9,615 per batch, plus 257%. So you go up one to my carnivores. My carnivore training cap is 10,000 with a carnivore training speed of 257, right? So these are numbers that you can actively see, and you should know that screen very well. Also, the last thing that I wanted to say about different ways that you can increase your stuff is the Alliance Evolution, and yet another reason why you should donate. If you don't already know why you should be donating, I'll put a link to the video, like right here somewhere up here, and it tells you why you absolutely should be doing Alliance donations. But you see here, level 5, it increases your training speed by 5%. Quite literally, if you donate to your Alliance Evolutions, specifically this one, it will help with all of everything that you're trying to do. So what does this all mean? Well, in the end, the faster our batch times are, the more we can train. And the higher the training cap is, the more per batch we can train. And to top it off, the more faster we train beasts, the easier it is to get to a 2-shell or a 3-shell beast training colony action, which gives us more fangs, 4 alphas, more CAs for speeds, etc. Pure, blissful BeastLord synergy. One batch of T9s is an instant 2-shell CA. Now this is great for non-matching CAs. Of course, this won't work all that well with speed card CAs, as we use less cards, but that's okay. The fastest and easiest ways to increase your hill power and your army size and how long you can fight is by training beasts. You remember those orange military alphas we talked about before? The anteater and the artifact that we were talking about? Well, to get them and the duplicates needed to unlock skills are gained through the colony actions with beast fangs, right? Your colony actions, 3 colony actions a day, will have 20 beast fangs. Now you don't see it here on mine because I've already got all 3 of mine, but 3 colony actions a day will have 20 beast fangs. That's how you get it. So each one of the orange military alphas is 1,200 beast fangs, and you only get 60 a day if you grab the 3 matchings, right? And they could be non-matchings as well, but personally I like to do 3 shell matching CAs a day, and all the other non-matching CAs I'd like to get a 2 shell. I don't push for the 3 shell because it's just not worth it. From 640 to 4.2 on the non-matchings, to me it's not worth it. There are other ways to get them as well, but we all need more 3rd shell CAs. Lots of benefits to a 3rd shell CA, right? Even including diamonds needed to buy a 3-day shield, so you're not camping in zone bitching about somebody hitting you. Because one 3-shell CA, I don't know why I just did that, because I don't have any speed cards or diamonds to even do that, so that was just a waste. Any hoosers. So increase your training speed and cap gives you more 3rd shell colony actions, which gives you more rewards, right? And beast fangs, and we use those fangs to get more orange military alphas that help us increase our beast training speeds and beast training caps. It's pure synergy, ladies and gents. BeastLord perpetual motion. Now combine that with the beast training warzone, which we can have twice a week if you choose beast train as your free day, and there you go. If you're active and working on increasing your beast training speed and cap, then you're getting more CAs. Facts. More CAs, more beast fangs. Like I was saying earlier, just reiterating, we want at least 2-shell non-matching CAs, and you're going to easily get your 3-shell matching CAs. You're stabbing your beast train warzone, you're increasing your army, your heal power, and most importantly, you're growing stronger so you can stab everyone.